Hailey Bieber getting major backlash over new interview. We got to talk about this tell-all podcast and the backlash it's getting. But before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy bestie, you have found me. You guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new, the whole vibe is like we're on a FaceTime call and we're just hanging out. We're just relaxing. We're just giving each other company, honey. And we're having a great old time, bitch, okay? So I want you to get comfortable, grab a snack, grab a drink, get comfortable because I want you to just feel like we are together. Escape the world, girl. Sometimes you just gotta put a fucking imaginary igloo on you and just pretend that nothing else is going on, honey. Just be delusional, bitch. The problems do not exist, okay? So now that you step into my land of Delulu, we got to talk about this podcast that Hailey Bieber did. We talked about it yesterday, and I was explaining about how I thought she, did great. She answered all the questions. A lot of people were saying that she was very bitchy. I didn't really see that. Some people got mad at me because they're like, how dare you say anything positive about Hailey Bieber? And I'm like, girl, just because I love and I will always stand with Selena Gomez does not mean that I'm gonna, shit on somebody just because of that. That's not the way I work. I spill pop culture tea. And when there's something to spill, I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to do it the way that I do, which is fair, real, and transparent for you guys. Because if I was fake and if I was, kissing somebody's ass, you would not want to watch me, okay? Because, on here, you get sparkly truth, all right? Well, listen, there are two things that are getting people's attention, and I wanted to talk about them. And it was the procedures that Hailey Bieber said that she gets done. So take a look at this.
Really diligent with my skincare, but there are treatments that I really do like. So I love PRP, which is when they take your blood from your arms and they spin it. Yeah. So I love doing PRP with microneedling. I've talked about that a lot. I've done PRF, which is they take your blood, but it's called Easy Gel. And basically they heat it and then they cool it and it kind of like makes your blood like a gel consistency.
And then they put it on your face?
And then you inject it. So I've done that, which I loved.
Inject like all over?
Yeah, like I've injected my smile lines. I've injected it under my eyes.
With your blood.
But it's your own blood. And that's the thing is I like to do things that I can trust is from your own body.
Totally.
And I'm just consistent with things like that. Like I do that a couple times a year. I've done like light little lasers before. So that's it. I don't have any Botox except for in my jaw for TMJ, but I have no Botox in my face. I made a commitment to myself that I wasn't going to do any Botox until I was in my 30s. When I get there, I'll see if I even want to do it. But like my mom has no Botox.
What?
My mom does nothing to her skin and she looks like insane.
All right. So first of all, can I just say, I think it's so important for celebrities who have brands like makeup, beauty, skincare, whatever, to admit these things, that they actually not only use their products, but they also have extra help because, you can't sell a product and say, this is all I use to have this perfect skin. No, boo, okay? You get facials, you get the best of the best food, you get a chef, you get, face gyms, you get workouts, because there's a face gyms here in Los Angeles. I mean, can you sit in a chair and then they do all crazy things to you? You get steams, you get injections, you get all of these things, right? So when Khloe Kardashian first did that and she talked about all of the procedures that she has done, I was like, damn, like this is what people need to do. This is exactly what people need to do. Paris Hilton has also talked about things that she does. She has shown people what she does. So I really admired Hailey Bieber for doing this. But some people are saying that, this is actually kind of her admitting that her skincare doesn't work. I don't see it that way. How I see it is that she is saying, look, I use my skincare, but I also use all of these other things. Now, a lot of these procedures that these celebrities do, normal people, maybe we can't get there or get them as, frequent as they do. So maybe the results are not going to be the same. You guys have to also understand, these people get the best of the best, the cleanest food in the world. They have access to all the, all the smoothies and the $30 this and the, $400 serums and all these crazy things, the injections. So it's unrealistic to say, the celebrity just uses this so they have that perfect skin, and then the normal person uses it and they're like, wait a minute, how come I don't look like them? You know what I mean? So there's a lot that goes on behind it. So in that sense, I was like, okay, girl. But when she was talking about and describing which I was like, girl, what in the Twilight Edward is going on here? Honey, you are not injecting nothing in my face. I thought about plastic surgery. You know, I did. The only plastic surgery I've had is I got my boobs reduction. I had really big man boobs. I gained weight a little bit, so I have a little bit now. But I mean, I was giving Pamela Anderson. It was like 9 pounds of fat on each boob. Like seriously, I'm not even kidding. So I did get that done when I was 18, and so that's the only like cosmetic thing I've done. And you know, I was like, you know, why not? Like, if you have the money and you have access to it and you want something fixed, do it. Like, I actually really want to get my double chin removed. That's the only reason I have this hair here, just to cover my double chin. Because if it was not for my double chin, I wouldn't have facial hair. Just point blank, period. So, you know, I think it's important for people to be honest about it. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like in back in the day, like my mom or grandma would never talk about anything that they get because they're like, no, we can't share, we can't expose those secrets. Now I'm like, a celebrity who exposes those secrets, I believe is a celebrity you could trust because they're being transparent. All right. So anywho, the other thing that she's getting criticized about is her full-time nanny.
Hands-on with my son.
Totally.
I do have help. I have full-time help. And I'm super not ashamed to say that. And I would never shy away from talking about that because I wouldn't be able to have my career and do the things that I do without the help. And I feel really grateful for that. But even with that, I am super, super like constantly.
We just took a break so Hailey could ultimately text about
yeah,
Jack.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, if he's not with me, he's with his dad. He's always with like his family, and he's always with somebody that, you know, he's always with one of us or with somebody, his godparents or someone that like.
So let's talk about this because I feel like if she would have lied, I would have been like, girl, you know damn good and well you have help. Okay. Girl, I feel like I'm like the defensor of freaking Hailey Bieber. But listen, you guys, I want you guys to really focus on my like wavelength. You know, I want us to like focus on one another in the sense of I'm not the type of person who I'm going to bash someone just to bash them. I'm not going to, you know, forget my morals and my upbringing because I want to please a fan base. I'm just not going to do that. You guys know, and I've shown every single day how much I love Selena, how much I admire her. But just because, you know, her and Hailey aren't that, I'm not going to say something that of Hailey that is bad when I actually don't look at it as bad. You know what I mean? So I really do hope that we can like agree on that. Like, I'm not going to dismiss who I am, my heart, my morals, my spirituality just to get views. I want you guys to get the real me 1000%. So anywho, so the help, the extra help that she gets, you know, saying you have extra help, right? Saying you have a nanny, saying you have somebody who, you know, helps you kind of organize your life or take care of your baby when you're working. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, listen, I grew up with a single mom. She worked 3 jobs, you know, hardest working woman, most, I admire her so much, her strength. I remember many times, December 25th, you know, she had to work, and she had to. It wasn't because she was obsessed with work. It's because she had to put food on the table for us. So, you know, when I look at that, I'm like, Hailey, you know, or any rich people, I'm like, girl, but I'm sure if my mother would have been rich, you know, she would have had a, you know, full-time nanny to help her, right? So I think it's kind of unfair to say that, you know, mothers shouldn't or parents shouldn't have extra help if they really need it. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think a lot of people forget that parents are human beings too. And as I grow older, I understand that so much more, and I have so much and more like understanding of my mother and realizing that, you know, it's not easy to be a parent, especially if you're, you know, going through financial situations or doing it by yourself, right? So, I mean, I'm so proud to be her son. I admire that anyone who has extra help to say it, because I think it's important, one, that they don't seem like the super parent and that makes other parents feel like shit, right? Or two, you know, they're saying that Jack is always left alone. She explains that whenever she works, Justin is with her and the nanny, or whenever he works, she is with him and the nanny. There's nothing wrong with having a full-time help. I think it's a blessing. I think it's, you know, I think it's beautiful, to be very honest. And yeah, that's what I think, you know. I don't see anything wrong with it. I would see something more wrong if she denied it, because I'd be like, girl, who the fuck are you kidding, honey? I would have seen it more wrong like that. But she didn't deny it. She admitted to it. And I feel like if you are honest, there's really nothing people can say to bring you down, because you're not hiding it. You're not pretending you have it all figured out. You're not selling something that's a lie. And so in that sense, I could fuck with Hailey. But on the other sense of all the other bullshit she's put Selena Gomez through, no, girl. But this, I didn't see anything wrong. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. Here is a little insight in our Halloween party. The full video is going to go on my members only, but here's a little sneak peek. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. So my hubby and I decided to have a pajama party where we have some pumpkin carving. We have some nice little wine. This is what the house smelled like, pumpkin roll. We also have, of course, some games, and wanted to show you guys a little bit of the decoration. So let's start with the food. Okay, so in the oven, we had some barbecue chicken wings that my husband made. Also, he made this. These are cinnamon rolls, but he carved it to be like, you know, flesh meat or something, you know, spooky. It's Halloween. And then I did this cake, which I did on live with you guys. You guys saw. This is how it turned out. Everybody loved it, by the way. I did film a lot of our night, so take a look at the members only if you wanted a more, you know, complete full video of our night and meet some of my friends. These are some of the decorations that we had. That's me. I did wear a little bit of a costume, and it was just so much fun. This was our couch. We had some Halloween pillows, and oh, it was just honestly so much fun. I did put some candy out, like candy corn and some Danish licorice that people love. These 2 magazines, and of course we have to watch old amazing movies like Halloween Town. So yeah, it was honestly so nice and cozy. Everyone had such a great time. I actually started carving a pumpkin, as you guys can see here. My friend Gabriel and I, well, you know what, he did most of it, but you guys will see it a little bit later. But he was carving the Hocus Pocus one, so it was really cool. Yeah, just it was amazing. So that's it. So I'll be posting the full vlog on my members only. So if you guys wanted to check that out, it should be live in the morning. So yeah, take a look at that. And the link is in the description. But I had such a great time. So I'll see you guys there. Hope you enjoyed it.